Hello everybody, and today I'm going to be sharing with you all the books I read in the month of February, which is a grand total of 7 books, which is amazing since I only really planned on reading 3 books this month. The first book I read was The Mortal Instruments Companion by Lois H. Grish, and this is basically a guide to the Shadowhunter world and everything. It tells you a bunch of facts about the characters, the actors from the movie, and the writing aspects of the book, which I found really interesting. I wouldn't say it's a book for fans. I would think this book leans more towards the people who are interested in the writing aspect of her books. The next book I read was The Shadowhunters Codex by Cassandra Clare and Joshua Lewis. And I love this book. Not only is the cover, the inside beautiful, but the book is full of like illustrations, and they're just really fun to look at as you're reading through the book. But I think one of my favorite things about the book was how you go through and they have like these little discussion questions and everything, and Simon, Clary, and Jace are filling them out. One of my favorite little entries was after it asked, "What is your Shadowhunter name?" And Clary's like, "Fairchild." And let's see, Jace wrote, "Can't believe you actually wrote that in." And then Simon's like, "Definitely either Stormwalker or Night Raven. What do you think?" Then Jace is like, "Bloodsucker fits." And Simon writes back, "Not cool, bro." And it's just stuff like that that is really funny throughout the book, and it makes reading the book so fun. I think I read this book in a day. I mean, it's not very long. The next book I read was The City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare, obviously. It wasn't my favorite. It's probably my second to least favorite after City of Fallen Angels. And that's mainly, I don't know why that is. It was just something about the book I didn't particularly like, but it is a very, very good book. It's still got a 5 out of 5 stars for me. It's just, I wish more had happened. It seemed like all the action took place in like the last few chapters. When I read this, I pretended page 511 did not happen. It didn't happen. After City of Lost Souls, I picked up City of Heavenly Fire. And this is a beast of a book. I think it took me like 4 or 5 days to finish this book, which isn't bad considering I had school and work and a bunch of other things. But oh my goodness. And I love this, the dust jacket, because it opens up into like a little poster. This book had me so nervous because I was like, oh my god, who's gonna die? It's the final book. She's gonna kill somebody, you know, we really, really love, like Magnus or, you know, Alec. I like Alec. I know a lot of people don't, but I like him. And it's like, I know she ain't gonna kill Clary and Jace, because that would be, you know, no, I mean, she wouldn't kill him after all the hell they've gone through. I think my favorite part about this book was the dream sequence. My least favorite part was probably when a certain death occurred in the end, and it was such a twist that I never saw coming. And I'm glad I didn't see it coming. But I was so in turmoil because after that character died, I wanted to bring them back to life, like Clary did Jace in City of Glass, and it's like, no, don't do this to us. This is definitely my new favorite book of the TMI series. The next book I read was Clockwork Angel, and I normally don't read a lot of historical fiction, but this series was just so good, and I'm so glad I read them. I actually have a review video up for this book, and I will leave a link to it in the description box below if you want to go check that out. The next book I read is Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. I also have a review video up for this book. I mean, if you can't tell, my books are full of like little tabs, and I went a little crazy. But the books were so good that I couldn't help it. And this book was, in my book, a lot better than Clockwork Angel. And the last book I read this month was Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. And this, once again, I have a review video up for. and I may get a little emotional at the end of that video. This is just such a tear-jerking book, especially in the end, and it took me a day to move on to anything else after it. I had to mourn these characters, even though I knew that they were going to be in even though I knew they were going to be in the Dark Artifacts, and we are going to see these characters again. This is just a beautiful ending to a trilogy, probably one of the best I have ever read. Cassandra Clare really knows how to write an epilogue. It had me both crying and pulling my hair out. It was just so beautiful and touching, and I didn't want it to end, really. This is my favorite book of the series. This is my favorite book of the trilogy. I cannot choose what book of both of her series is my favorite, and I'm not going to try. So these are all the books I read in the month of February. Like I said before, if you want to see any of the reviews for the Infernal Device trilogy, I will leave links to those review videos in the description box below. Well, that's it for this video. See you guys next time. Bye!